Namaste. Very welcome everyone. God bless you all. I just in the beginning again I want to share something, some small basics for all of you who are in this Zoom, for all of you who are in the YouTube stream also. It is mainly so that some things can become clear to us, and they need to be become clear to us many times also, even when we are on the path, and also for those who are joining recently, coming to the spiritual path recently, or joining me recently also. No? This session. Let us try to see the importance of clarity, true clarity, what I call true clarity. What is this true clarity? And let us try to connect it uh, to check it, in a way, in the with the self inquiry. Okay, so this true clarity and self inquiry. What is this? You know, what exactly self inquiry does? Different time, different people, different things. But generally, I'll try to generally speak that basically self inquiry shocks us. It creates a shock. It gives us a shock. Why we need a shock? Because we are like in a routine, like a loop of hypnosis, hypnosis of the thoughts and the feelings which we are familiar with, and supported by the habits and our attachment to that sense of comfort in which we also live, and the supported routine of daily life and familiarity with life and people and everything together, like this. So this is that hypnosis in which we are. And if we have to improve here without breaking this hypnosis of the routine, it's going to really take forever, and we will only believe that I'm growing spiritually, but actually we will not grow. So we need some kind of shock, a strong, hard shock, like a hard boot. In computer language we say hard boot, like a hard restart, not just a soft restart. No. So self-inquiry is that hard boot. What it does that time? We just get shocked, meaning we just stop for a moment that time. What is going on? Like we are not that time so much into the flow of our daily life or our story or our things that we are doing. We are kind of out of it in a way for a moment. And something very similar happens in this true clarity also, but in a gradual way, like in bits and pieces, you see. Because that hard shock can be mostly too much for most of the people, and that's why we try to do self-inquiry and we don't succeed mostly. Because we don't want to break that hypnosis. So we never do the self-inquiry so much that it can break the hypnosis for a moment. Like from the back door in a way, from the unconsciousness, we always try to register to the self effect of the self-inquiry, while actually we are doing it also. That's why mostly it doesn't work, at least in the beginning, for few days, months, or years even. So what I found is that true clarity can help here also. Because there are sincere people, all of you are sincere people. You really want to bring that change. And you're just finding it too much. Like self-inquiry is like trying to, like, there is a bunch of matchsticks, long matchsticks, no? And you're trying to break them together. There are like 50 of them. You cannot. We are saying, let's break one matchstick at a time. And very soon you will finish all of the 50. No? Really. This is true clarity, like broken into small pieces, but in a very systematic way that it still will have the same effect. No? True clarity is the same thing that you stop, but not for the whole of your life, just for a part of your life. Particularly the spiritual part, and particularly that particular part of the spiritual life where you want to focus today. Like asking the question that what do I really want in my life? Because spirituality is supposed to be generally something higher, like we are trying to achieve something higher than the usual life. So what is that higher I want to achieve through spiritual sadhana, spiritual journey, spiritual path? When you ask this question, what happens? You are going to stop for a moment. You are going to withdraw yourself from everything that we have been doing on the path. Practices, thinking, contemplation, conclusions, improvement upon the understandings and everything together. And we are able to withdraw ourselves during this time. It doesn't really cause the collapse of the ego or anything like this. It's very safe. But also it has very powerful reward to it. Like why I am here in this satsang right now. If you can be immediate about it, in just for 1 second, just for 5 seconds, it can work like a gentle, beautiful shock. Like as if we are in some kind of, in Hindi we say, tandra, as if we are in some kind of gentle, light hypnosis continuously whole day. It is said also, by the way, it's a message in the scripts, also in the by the great realized beings, that we don't have to really wake up so much from the sleep that we have at night or the dream that we have at night. We have to wake up from the dream we have in the waking state. We have to wake up from the waking state. You see what I mean? So this waking up from the waking state or waking up in the waking state is possible through true clarity, but gently. Not like, oh my God, what happened? So we are able to become more sober, more clear, more present towards the same thing that we are trying to see, understand. Like why I am here right now. And we may be surprised to notice that, hey, as if we were in some kind of light hypnosis until this point when we asked, and then we are out of it for a moment, like, oh, nice place. Then you actually, because spirituality is not really for making a person better person, or a spiritual person or something. No, it is for the soul to wake up from being the person. Spirituality is all about waking up the soul. And the sleep of the soul is in many shapes and forms, seen. Like, in many ways it is experienced and noticed by us. But the fundamental of that sleep is just two things, okay? That also I would like to share. These two things are the unawareness of the self towards itself and the frozenness of energies. When the energies are flowing less, they also create that environment where, as a side effect of these two factors, sense of false self happens. When these two things are covered, the sense of false self neither survives nor happens again. Sense of self, sense of presence remains. You see? And I'm very joyfully surprised, not surprised, but more joyfully aware of many of you in this group now who are actually living like this. You are just not aware of it yet. One day you will see this truth. One day you will see that, my God, this is the self, and I am the self, And there is just energies and a certain frozenness. Certain frozenness in the energies is necessary also to create that necessary resistance for the flow to be meaningful in a way, not just like a flood of the river or something, So that is nicely what we call training, which is present in the form of conditioning inside us, but not the egoic conditioning anymore. That egoic conditioning is removed, like this more and more, and this results in more sense of joy, more sense of truthfulness towards ourselves also. Like the more we live the truth of who we are, the more somehow that core fear that we feel is gone also. It evaporates somehow, it's just not there anymore. So these were some few things basic I wanted to share in the beginning. Thank you very much for listening, and if anybody want to talk to me, you can talk.
Thank you, Rajee. Rajee, I want to explore another basic thing. I feel a very practical basic thing, which is like talking in satsang, or not talking, or maybe the more broader word, participation in satsang. Because I feel like, as I remember in the beginning when I joined satsang, my understanding of when to talk and not was a little wobbly. And I guess sometimes I spoke when I should have listened, and I listened when I should have spoken. And I feel it changes a lot, like the right or the appropriate participation in satsang, let's call it this way. Like, when is it really like very cool and very awesome and very, very important to listen and really listen, and like not listening and like looking here and there, like listening. And also in the talking I feel, and also here from my experience, that they happen talking like when I was talking more like a proxy, when I was more like I'm asking for a friend type, when I was not so involved, I was not fully in the question, and then I was also not fully in the one who was listening to the answer. And more and more I felt it came to this where the questioner and the one who is receiving the answer is the same. Which sounds on paper, what else? But I feel there's a huge difference which I felt over the years.
That's correct.
If you can maybe say something about this.
Yeah. For this we need to understand two factors or two levels of ourselves in this form. One is the level where we experience joy, another is the level where we experience restlessness. Actually, extended restlessness or restlessness experienced for the extended period of time is what is experienced or marked as suffering also. Like a struggle that I am not able to enjoy my life is marked as suffering. No? So that is the place from where speaking happens, thinking also, formation of question and everything happens. Restless place of being. However, the actual answer is received in the place of joy, where change happens, like where the wisdom is retained, like it remains in you. It does not go away once it is received. Because this place of restlessness of the mind is not the place of wisdom. You cannot have the wisdom here. You can just merely have conclusions based on the data given to it, and that too subject to change anytime when the better data is supplied or absorbed by you in some way. So effectively, in the beginning, what happens that we are more identified with this level of body mind, where the restlessness is, confusions are, but conclusions are also there. You cannot talk from the silence of your being. No? You have to use the mind, you see. But the mind is not just the mind this time. Mind is the speaker also that time. That is where this proxy, speaker, we get confused. Like sometimes we ourselves ask the question and mind is merely a medium. And many times mind takes over. And we don't notice that mind has taken over and mind has changed my question, over the period of discussion, and we have to be alert about it, that mind can bring many beautiful concepts and beautiful stories and memories and everything like this, because our mind also is a access point to the mind, collective mind also, you see. So this is what I feel. It is correct? And you said one more point, about when to listen and when not to listen. Like maybe I was talking when I should have listened, and I was listening when I should have talked, like this, about this. It's a very interesting thing. I would like to explore this a little bit, because it's a very important point also, like when to talk and when not to talk, when to talk in satsang and when to listen. I feel as long as we have that restlessness, we should listen actually in satsang. Because in satsang, by listening, we can actually go beyond this place of restlessness into the place of being or heart where we can experience joy, peace. Just by listening, I'm saying, just by being and listening, but listening like a participation. Listening to live, you know, is one way of listening in satsang, listening to live. And another way is listening to understand. You know. So when you want to talk something, something has already, struck you in some way in the mind, in the place of understanding, and then from there, you you felt also inspired from the deeper place of your being that yes, I want to involve in this. You know. So as long as the question is coming from restlessness, it is not a stable question. And it's not about question being stable or not. It is about questioner being stable or not. If questioner is not stable, how it will receive the answer? No. You see? Because please understand, you are the answer. But are you ready to receive the answer? For that you will have to be here. No? You are the answer of that question which you are asking. And I'm just trying to point to that again and again in satsang. You say I'm suffering, I say you are the answer. You say I'm confused, I say you are the answer. You say I'm mortal, I say no, you are the answer. You are not mortal. You see what I mean? So the questioner has to be stable. If you, the questioner, find yourself to be stable, like persistent, consistent, and growing, in a certain way, then it is all right to ask question. There can be little bit gentle, lightweight, restlessness. That is okay. But if it is too much restlessness, it will not let your mind remain stable. Meaning your wisdom remain stable, and it will not let you receive. Even it will not let you speak or ask the right question. Even. So if you know clearly that yes, I am asking the right question, then you are in the right state. No? If you are confused, like I don't know if I am asking the right question or not, this is not the right place. That time listening in satsang will help more to come to the right state of being, from where the right questions come. Right questions are really important and they are discussed and should be discussed in satsang. No? You see, right question is that which is coming from the thirst we have for truth. Every soul has thirst for truth. Not from what we know in the mind about everything else. No, that is just absolutely useless, very frankly speaking. That's where I say true clarity will help you in sorting out the things that in the mind level, that what is actually useful, like very little bit of it is useful in the spirituality. No? Most of it which we learned in the mind is not useful in the direction of coming to the truth of who we are, coming to the joy of our own being. That all has to be put aside, just marked as for practical life. Not for spiritual work, no? Like this.
Rajee, I feel regarding this restlessness, that it's a little like with the true joy, in the sense, the common restlessness, I'm calling it, or the mind restlessness. We feel that we will come to a peaceful state as the opposite of restlessness, when we have enough information, or when certain things fall in a certain way together, and then if these 5 points happening, then I will be peaceful. And I have an idea about 2 of the points, and regarding the 3, I don't know. But I feel there is another type of restlessness, or I don't know, like in the sense that I am restless in a way, and if I am restless, then I am the only one who can become or be stable, in opposition to, in the other restlessness, somebody else can help me or can make me peaceful in that way, and in this other restlessness, nobody can make me. But having said that, somebody like you can help me to become aware of this core restlessness and this core stability in this core peace, this true joy.
True joy, yeah. How nice. It's very nice, no, what you are saying here. So when we feel that I am myself not stable, restless. I am not myself restless. I am fine. I am stable and working from the stable ground of my being. And out of the four factors which are going to make certain thing in the spirituality clear to me, two are clear to me, two are not. It's okay to discuss, no, in satsang. You know what I mean? But if you yourself feel that I am myself restless, that time asking questions will not help, no? Then being in satsang, being present here, putting aside everything. What is putting aside everything that time? Put aside your mind means what? Means that habit which we have to keep attending the questions of the mind. Every now and then there is a question. Oh, I think I should ask this question. I understand this. I see this happening in satsang so often, particularly with those of you who are regular with me, that you agreed that okay, I'm going to listen to satsang because this is my method for me. Because I don't think I'm ready for questioning. I'm not ready for discussion and everything. And then question comes. And then it looks like so appealing. That's what is identification with the mind. You yourself forgot your own decision. You see? So this is not that right state. And by the way, what is the question? What is the fundamental question that we are trying to solve in the spirituality? Is it a question actually? No, it's not actually. It's not a question, it's a quest. It has got turned into a question because of our attachment to the mind or living in the mind continuously. That everything has to be a question, everything has to be verbalized, like converted into a concept or conceptual expression. It's a feeling. You feel the thirst for truth, the quest. This is that quest in the heart. We have thirst for truth. Every soul has thirst for truth. And as long as we are one with the mind, as long as we keep this attached to the mind, this thirst and the mind, mind is going to give its guesswork. That because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. And it's not because of any of those things. It is given by the source to everybody. Unless there are people who attend it, there are people who rationalize, define it, and don't attend it. So if you are the one who want to attend the thirst for truth, be here in satsang, put aside your mind. You see, this is what it is. What will happen when you attend this thirst? This is where we feel the joy first time. Even the thirst is so joyful for truth, Even the thirst is so joyful for truth. Thirst for truth is so joyful, more joyful than anything we have experienced in our life so far. It is so profoundly joyful. It is truth. Thirst is also truth. Because who is thirsty of truth? Is truth itself, the soul itself. You see, you have reached to the truth of who you are when you have come to the thirst for truth inside you. Already, without self-inquiry this time. So if you see, all we have to do is that we have to deal with the mind in some way. We are hypnotized by the mind, attached to the mind in some way, like too much one with the mind. And yet, we have to use the mind also. Because without using the mind, we mostly cannot. Like, if you can sit in satsang and not involved with the mind, in a healthy way. Healthy way means not fighting continuously all the time. No, joyfully. It comes and you just put it aside. You focus on what is being shared. Then there is nothing else need to be done, by the way, for example. Then in discovering the truth of who we are includes freedom from the false also, no? Freedom from mind also, no? So we don't need to be free from ego if we can be free for truth. But mostly we are not free for truth. That's why we need to do something in relation to the mind, to the false, in this case, no? This is the thing.
Rajee, in this regard, beautiful picture you sometimes share with us comes to my mind, that cleaning the cup, in the sense of this putting aside, it feels like, which is part decision, I feel, and part effort. Maybe especially in the beginning, like it's a active thing to put away, and in this sense, an active cleaning the cup. It's an active thing to do. And then what you also said with the thirst, how beautiful is that this cleaning of the cup, that this is the cup where, when I come to Satsang, it will be filled. And then the joy and the thirst already happens in the cleaning already. So that it's this beautiful, shiny, empty cup which can come here and which can, in openness and joy, receive.
Yes, yes. You are right. Actually, in this analogy of cleaning the cup of our soul, of our heart, once you have decided to clean the cup, you actually know how it will feel when the cup will be clean. So you are actually there with the cup right now. It's just that the fact of the moment is that your cup is not clean. But you are actually there now. You see what I mean? You have actually become free from everything now. This is what is decision. This is what is power of decision. And what is effort now? Effort follows the decision. No? That now you know that how much empty the cup can be, how much pure the cup can be, and how much pure the experiencing can be through this cup of my own heart. And now there are things which I need to throw out. There is no better word for it. Not like slowly agreeing, not slowly washing them and throwing. No, just simply throw it out. What is the living the purity of our own being? Living the emptiness of the cup. To taste that, my God, how beautiful it feels when it is empty. No? You see, falling in love with the emptiness, purity of the cup. No? And once you fall in love with this, you are done with everything that is inside it. No? You see what I mean? You will not maybe be in the, the result will not be best if you are fanatic about it, like just throwing out everything. No, because you may try to throw out that which cannot be thrown out, for example, and that will create frustration and tiredness in you, for example. So not like this. Just stick to your decision. That's all. Come to the right place. Satsang is the right place to support the purity of your being, to support the decision for truth, for example, and which includes cleaning up the cup also. You see? True clarity is cleaning up the cup also. Because mostly this cup is full of knowledge, which is not true, no? Like ideas. The cup is full of beliefs, no? One very interesting thing, and can be a little bit, on a lighter side also, that when you have decided to clean the cup, you are not going to make it dirty. Sure? And we at some point realized that I was the one who was making it dirty. Otherwise, the whole existence was trying to empty the cup and make it clean, ready for the pure experience. No? So it was not somebody else making it or keeping it dirty. I was not letting it be clean because of my attachment to the old taste, with which I have attached my sense of story, sense of person, sense of individual identity. Like this. True clarity simply means to wake up at this level. Wake up means like to become conscious that why I am believing these things are useful in me. Not that we can remove the beliefs, we can just become aware of them and they are removed. No? You see, if somebody is trying to remove the beliefs, they are now believing something deeper than that, subtler than that. No? And who will make it free, make them free from it? We don't need to remove the beliefs. We just need to be aware of them and they are removed. No? Simply not believing the belief is removal of the belief. No? You see what I mean? And not seeing how much we are believing in it, or what is the belief is believing it. No? You see, not being aware is believing. Being aware of the belief is being free from it. No? You see, like how, if I ask all of you, how much you know about yourself, the truth of who you are. Here you are going to meet the beliefs about yourself. Are you aware of those beliefs? This is the point. Self-inquiry or true clarity both make us aware of these beliefs, first of all. fundamentally. We also feel that I know what I want in my life. No, asking that what do I really want in this from the whole spirituality, also going to highlight our beliefs here, you see, for example. Then we become free from the belief, but we also become free for something else. That is the real thing. You know, we want something real, and that real is what we were talking about. That thirst for truth. Everybody has thirst for truth. This practical life and everything is not really the goal of life. This thirst for truth is the goal. Practical life is just in service to that actually. How many of us reach there is a different story, but actually this is the truth. No? Enjoying the practical life. There is nothing there to enjoy. What else, what we will enjoy there? What exactly we enjoy there? You see? Nobody can enjoy anything without being present, without being a conscious experiencer. And as soon as you are conscious experiencer, you start turning towards the joy of the experiencer from the joy of experiencing. You see? So it's a imagination, just a dream of enjoying. If any one of you can find out how exactly you are enjoying as ego, you will be surprised. It's just an imagination. Believe again, you know, or believe or a fear also. We have a fear of falling. Like if I stop from this circle, I will just fall. In a way, you know what I mean. We have a fear of falling also, and then what will do? What I will do? And I'm sharing with you what to do. True clarity. Be aware of being in the circle. And then a decision will be made at some point. I will not move anymore. Let this circle of thought, feeling move. I will not move now. You know, like this. So I think it's good, no? Thank you, thank you. One more thing I want to add on this same topic is that in the practical life, at the physical body level, we can have problems. Problem in the sense of unhappiness or something which need to be solved, and we will solve it. No? But in the soul, there is no actual problem ever. There is no such thing as unhappiness or suffering. Actually, the closest is longing, the thirst for truth, which is so much more joyful than any experience of anything that can be experienced in this world. And this is just a pointer to all of you that please don't speak from unhappiness. That is just a egoic point of view. In satsang particularly. Makes no sense, because if you speak from unhappiness, it is like supporting the belief that I am a person and I am suffering. This is not going to bring clarity out of our discussion. No, you should start from a place of stability in some way, that I see these things. I am not certain that whether this unhappiness is true or not. It looks very real, but I want to see through it. Like this. Then this kind of conversation can be useful also. You see what I'm saying? Otherwise, satsang is for higher truth, higher joy, not freedom from suffering. You see, we don't talk about suffering at all in satsang. We leave those talks outside of satsang. No? We talk about joy and higher joy and higher joy and higher joy only. You see, this is the point. Satsang really is, spiritual path is for joy, not removing the suffering. There is no such thing as suffering. That is the experience of that which we imagine we are. If you stop imagining that, that experience also disappears. No? You see, this is the point. So let's not talk from the unhappiness. Oh my God, I'm suffering, what to do? Who are you who is suffering? This will be my question, by the way. And you should ask this question yourself that time. No? And then you will not find that suffering really. You see, you can do that same alone also. Or when you are in satsang also. When you feel any suffering, unhappiness, just ask, who I am, who is suffering? And you will come to a sense of being where we have natural sense of joy. Breathing is here, body is here, but that sense of suffering and sufferer is not here. You see? This is the place of our being, this is the heart, where we have joy. So thank you, it's good. No? Anna, you can talk.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Good morning.
Very good morning, Ji.
Before you were speaking to Miriam, you were talking about the self-inquiry, and we were talking also about the core fear that we all have. And I would like to maybe do like practical inquiry with you now about that core fear, because I can feel that these fallbacks usually happen because we are not facing this core fear. And the mind is very good in telling what this core fear is. And then I get more preoccupied with that than with experiencing it or like allowing it or whatever. So first of all, I don't have the clarity of what it is. And then secondly, I would like to be, how did you say, shocked or something? Shocked out of this, so that like a reboot.
How nice, how nice. I will just start somewhere and then we can improve as based on how you respond to it. No? So the core fear is fear of falling inside ourselves. Let's start like this. Which we are going to meet in meditation. Meditation simply means not doing anything. Not doing anything for what? For not relaxing in ourselves. So we are doing something all the time to not relax in ourselves, to not let our consciousness meet our being. No, in the meditation we let our consciousness meet our being. Let yourself remain as you are. No? When we don't do anything, our consciousness means we as the consciousness meet the truth of who we are. No? So this is where the core fear lives. When we are continuously busy, we have created a circle which is maintaining us in a way. Like we are living in that circle in a way, surviving in that circle 24 hours, of course. So this circle is not less than 24 hours. In one way or the other, even in the deep sleep, this circle lives in the seed form, and immediately it picks up as soon as we are out of the deep sleep, either in the waking state or in the dreaming state. No. And in the dreaming state or deep sleep, we cannot work, generally speaking. But in the waking state here, no, we can work, no, especially in satsang. So right now, work, attempt to not let go, but more in a way let go of maintaining something inside you, especially in the direction of your being, not in the direction of body mind. That's okay. But in the direction of your being, yourself, there is a yourself also, no? You who is talking to me right now, this you, are you trying to maintain yourself in some way? Are you trying to keep yourself afloat? Like, are you floating in your being, or are you merged in your being with your being? No, we are mostly floating in our being in some way. So notice it. Don't try to merge with your being. Just notice it right now. Like why it is like this? Why I am doing like this? You will not become merged with your being. Something else will happen. Awakening will happen here. Disidentification will happen here. So don't try to push this one who is floating in the being, which feels like myself. Just simply remain aware of it and aware of the being in which it can merge and it is floating. And the more you become aware, you are actually working on this core fear of the soul. The soul has only one core fear, that is fear of merging with itself or touching its own being, living its own self. And this is where the greatest joy is also hiding. Because of living in the core fear, the soul is not able to enjoy anything, actually, at all. That's where we have this understanding of samagrata. If you can be total in experiencing anything, you cannot be total without, being one with yourself. So it will effectively do the same job which we are trying to do right now. So inside your being, there is a sense of two-ness. That's where the fear is coming from. Like this two is afraid of becoming one. One of it is called myself, one of it is called my deeper self, pure being. No? And it is how we all have been created in a way, in this play, divine play of life. And it is that we will become one now. No? So what do you feel now? You can say anything if you feel.
You reminded me of something that I wanted to speak of during the week. What I was observing after the last satsang last Saturday was how much of identification with the doer is still there, and meaning from the doer of the gross things like work or walk or something, to the most subtle doer that is also present in like meditation or in satsang or something. So there is still a doer there. And now when you asked about this floating, why there is floating, and we most of the time we are floating, not like dropping, I can see clearly why. It's because you are kind of, I'm ready to any time go back to that what is necessary for the rest of the life once the meditation or satsang are over.
How wonderful, no? You understood this very clearly, no? Yeah, you are already, understanding this. Is correct, no? So this is the thing. After coming to this level where you are now, like, crossing so many, spiritual experiences, understandings, maturity, now this is like a choice one makes. This is the core fear, that if I let go, will I come back to that way of being where I can do things? No? I think you mentioned this about this before also, but we are coming to much more clearer experience or knowing of it right now. No? So everybody has to take this call at some point. And I'm not pushing any one of you that, hey, take this call today. No, you take your time. This sense of individual where we are caught up is like a hot plate. It's just going to become hotter and hotter, don't worry about it. You will have to jump out of it anyway. Because once you start enjoying your being, you just find it horrible in a way. Like, this is so horrible, such a horrible imprisonment. It's not a freedom of choice. It's a bondage to sense of doer, no? Sense of someone who has to choose. I don't want to choose, I don't need to choose. Soul knows like this. No? I just don't need to choose anything. And I don't want to get into that kind of state again, no? Like this. Again, if you find any suffering here, like suffering like a bitterness or something, just be alert about it. That's part. That's all. That's all. Rest is totally divine and beautiful and joyful. Just less joyful, more joyful, but joyful only. No? So it is a joyful process of remaining separate from the self and then slowly merging back. No? It is like more like uniting. It is more like embrace of love. Not so much like a work we have to do. Awakening is not a work. It is not a job. It is a joy to wake up. highest joy, highest attainment of life, no? And it is truly highest attainment of life, no? So even if you can just be here without trying to change anything, just live the fact. You are doing what you wanted to do, merging. You know, just live the whole fact that okay, this is the place where I am, and I have the feeling that whatever feeling you have right now. There is only one way to save ourselves from merging in the truth, that involvement with the activity of body mind continuously. Just one single way. Otherwise, there is no way. In meditation, you cannot save yourself from yourself. You will start merging with yourself anyway. That's why don't do anything part comes. Don't do means this consciousness which is doing something will merge if it doesn't do anything. No? But does not mean that the life will stop. But the life of the person will end now. Life of the presence, life of the being will begin now. No? One thing is guaranteed, that you will be there. One thing is guaranteed. Definitely you are there. You are here. But I do understand this confusion. Yeah. When the pain of separation will become unbearable to you, then the fear will not be able to stop you. No? And it happens to everybody like this. When the pain of separation from your own self will become unbearable to you, then you will not care about the fear even. Because this pain of separation will spoil the whole joy of living. No? Like a bitterness in everything. Until then, let us enjoy as it is. It is part of the will of existence also. No? Just whenever you feel there is suffering, whenever you feel I have a problem, find out who you are, who is suffering, who has a problem. That's all. It is going to resolve that idea that I am suffering. And then you will find that no, there is no suffering really. It's a process of growth, maturity, opening, flowering. No? We all are like a seed, and we all are destined to flower slowly and then fall into the dust and return to the source. No? And some can return to the source even when the body mind is here. No? This is that process of returning to the source. Anna, no? While body mind is here. No?
I didn't hear the last two words. Something happened with the internet.
I said that this is that process of merging with the source while body mind is here. One day we all will merge with the source, no? But we can merge with the source without, going any further in the flowering of the energies. No? Directly, the one who is living can come home. No? This relaxing in your being is coming home. This being that you are feeling inside you is that home. And there is a sense of myself, and there is a sense of my life also here, which is what is like a anchor, which is like a hook. No? True clarity and true joy will help us a lot here. Because true clarity actually enables us to do what we really want to do. It enables us to see and understand what we want to really see and understand. So we feel happy. We feel that contentment of living life. True joy enables us to live life deeply as we want to live also. So all that which we want to do in my life and through myself happens. No? You see, it will help a lot. True clarity and true joy will help a lot in this direction. Otherwise, just a hidden trial going on, trial and error going on. sometimes succeeding in seeing clearly, understanding clearly, sometimes rarely succeeding in deeply experiencing something, and mostly hitting, mostly missing. No, that's not really. That's wasting a lot of time. No? You see. And then when you are done with it, home is right here. No? True knowing is that home, coming home. No? In this true knowing, there are less and less two, and there is more and more one. No, like this. So thank you. It's very good.
Thank you. There is no suffering, but there is just this. There is belief, and all of this is mind-based, and it's not that I want to merge because the ego it's so torturing or anything like that. It's more because it doesn't make any sense. Like that is so clear that it doesn't make any sense to agree to these suggestions anymore, and yet it still happens. And from what I can see, it's mainly to do with just what you said with the circle, with breaking of the expression, for example, of how we are used. We just somehow I just fall into the same because this is how I've been until now, and then it just slips. It just slides without.
It does
Yeah.
actually. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let us try to understand the circle. What is the circles? Like what we call different coasts, they are different circles in which the soul lives. No? The purest circle is what I am calling Atma Sharir, let's say, no? Like that pure state of being presence where we experience only one vibration of joy. No? It is that fifth level of our being in the form. That coach means for me it's like a room, like private room for the soul, where the soul experiences only one taste of its own being here, no. But still, it is a circle. So we are still in that range of rooms. Let's say 5 rooms. So you might be caught up, like you may get caught up or pulled into a certain room because of being in that range. That's where meditation comes in. Go beyond it also. Not doing anything basically means going beyond all the circles and all the sense of self also. Even in this presence, we have the subtlemost sense of self. Beyond that is that emptiness, nothingness of our being. You see, that's zero. No? In this framework of 2110, you need to come to zero also, so that when you get caught up, you feel it's okay. I'm anyway get caught up in this sense of presence also. No, how does it matter now? You see, slowly it will become clear to you. So everyone must taste the meditation. Like purity of meditation once. That is freedom in a way, even just for 1 second. Because more than that will be difficult anyway, like to get out of it into the dream of person. No? That's why we are playing very safe as a person in satsang, always. We keep doing one thing or the other, always. Drinking water, drinking this, drinking that. They're just doing something or the other continuously, either outside or inside. Why? Because we are just trying to play safe so that I don't fall in meditation. In satsang, it's very easy to fall in meditation. Come in meditation. No? That's why we are continuously trying to, unknowingly, of course. No? And any one of you who has fallen in love with truth, I found you so still, like just living, and like the, like as if your life had just stopped here. I see that also. It's amazing. Thank you. So it's good.
Thank you. And yeah, it feels like an island when I come to satsang, from swimming without being able to even like put my feet on the ground, and then it feels like reaching to an island when we have satsang. And now I can feel so much space, like feeling safely rooted somehow, and I just want to thank you for that.
It's very, very good. It's very, very good. Because there's only one safety in this life, that is truth. And that truth is as close as truth of our own being inside. No? There's no other safety really. It's all floating, it's all flowing, it's all changing. It's all being born and dying also. So there's only one way to be safe from death, that is truth. And truth is as close as our own being, truth of our own being inside. No? Once anybody sees that everything is turning into death or dying, meaning changing, we will lose the attachment immediately. Attachment to what? And it is so true. It is not that death and life, birth and death applies to forms. It applies to any form, including non-physical, like a thought, like understanding, is also something which has to die. You see, self-realization is the only single thing which does not die. It is not born also. It begins and it grows more and more and more. You see, that's why self-realization is not really knowledge happening in this time. Otherwise it will die also. That's why there's a certain part of the self-realization in you which will die, like it changes somehow. It kind of wears off in a way after some time, after this moment also, maybe after this satsang also. But the certain part remains actually forever, which is giving us that stability, that security in a way. No? The whole life is actually for living, not torturing anybody, disturbing anybody, but respecting and caring and loving everyone, and then living our life is totally fine. But nobody can live life under the threat of this fear. No, we are living life right now under the threat of this core fear in the ego. And now we are searching for painkillers in the name of experiences mostly, and believing that that's going to solve. It's not. We will have to face it. We will have to go beyond it into the truth of who we are, where there is no fear, in the soul. No, like this. Thank you, Ji. Very, very good. God bless you.
Namaste, beloved. When you were speaking to Miriam, and first off, thank you for the entire sharing of today, right from the beginning.
Thank you.
It's literally as if you were stealing some words, or you were saying the exact same words that I wanted to ask and clarify.
I am blamed for this thing quite a lot, actually. I am working on it.
Please don't work on it.
Eh?
Repetition.
No, I mean, I really want to have a conversation now more than just, like this.
So you said something, I feel, when I came to you like long time ago, and sometime even in the past, recent past, there is this cup of knowledge that you spoke about. So, I come to you with this cup of knowledge, and you say that empty this cup and everything is that's so simple as that. And then I'm saying, no, I like all the ingredients in this cup and still I want the truth. And you keep saying the same thing. And somewhere I feel that I also want to expose that, when I'm on the sadhana for so long, and somewhere this knowledge comes that I know you better than you. And I have heard it, me saying things to someone like that, and other way around as well. And at the moment I just feel that I really don't know me, let alone you. And
I felt that earlier the understanding, like there was something that the mind wanted to understand because, the mind understands and puts a label, I know this. And I feel this message of empty the cup is just, sinking in more and more. And you just now spoke about, the birth and the death. So I don't know if there is a question out here, but somewhere I wanted to bring this to you, this cup of knowledge where it was so heavy.
Very beautiful. What you are saying is very, very. I'm feeling so happy, hearing you, talking to you. Very, very nice. Actually, this is all there is to spoil us for a very good reason. That when we feel touched by truth and when we fall in love with it, as you have fallen in love now, no? Then we are ready to meet the truth of everything. We are not doing the same mistake now here that, okay, mind does not know anything, I have no knowledge in the mind. No, face it. Let's see, is there any knowledge in the mind? And we are talking about true knowledge. True knowledge means that knowledge which cannot be improved upon. It just becomes deeper by itself, but it is not improved. It does not change in a way. No? Is there any knowledge in the mind? Actually, none. And then you are in this place of being where you don't have knowledge. No? It's not that you don't have knowledge, you just choosing not to remain attached to the mind, which is producing the sense of knowledge, because you know it is not true. You see? And why you know that it is not true? Because you know something true now in you. You see? Which I can sense, feel, in you right now. This, my friend, is true knowing. This is that true knowing. You see? Our own being, meeting our own being, is that true knowing. And that is meditation also, by the way, no? What do we do in meditation? We just live our being, no? But we cannot live our being without, before we have exposed the mind's knowledge as false knowledge, no? Like as long as we have attachment to the knowledge of the mind, we cannot appreciate the simplicity of being, where actually true knowing is taking place. True knowing of the whole existence is taking place in our own being. That's why those who stopped, jo thahar gaye, those who stopped, they learned. Be still and know. What is the meaning of it? No? You see. But they don't feel like claiming it anymore. To whom? That model is not there of identity, that I am this and you are, There is no I and you so much felt here anymore, except in the practical life. You see. This is the highest joy, which you don't want to show off anymore. You want to just keep it to yourself and enjoy. Like a divine secret in your heart. You see. Very, very nice. Thank you. Please continue. God bless you. This is not the question. This is not the answer. This is just simply two beings living the truth. Because there is no obstacle in between now anymore. It's very, very good. Our self, our being feels so nourished by it actually. No, we feel so nourished, so strong. No? I think it's very good. Thank you. God bless you. Like, can I say a little bit quickly about, like we can walk through the different type of knowledge maybe that happens, because it happened to me also. So based on that, I'm saying that how I saw it. Maybe it can be defined differently in different beings, but the basics, flavor and knowing will be, I think, same or similar. No? One knowledge that we can have, we do have, which does not require us to change. Change what? change our point of view towards life. This is what we can call the most superficial level of knowledge, no? Like what is happening in this country, what is happening in this sports, what is happening in the weather and all. It does not require us to change our fundamental point of view towards life. No? Then there is another knowledge which actually will cause a change, little bit or more, to the point of view, fundamental point of view we have towards life as a whole. No? That knowledge we can call fundamental knowledge, and I feel that knowledge is what in a way amounts to fundamental clarity or true clarity also. No? There is another knowledge deeper than that also. That is not that doesn't come in the category of knowledge. It comes in the category of knowing. There, you, as you know yourself, cannot be there to know. You see, this is what is actual surrender to truth. When you surrender yourself to knowing of the truth. Like, I am ready to not be there as who I am right now, but I want to know the truth and go beyond it. And everybody does that. I experienced it in myself also. That if I have to know deeper than this, like my method was self-inquiry that time. If I have to go beyond this level to know the truth of who I am, I will have to leave myself as I am right now. You know, and there is no guarantee I will be there, because I will not be there, no? As I know. Like this. So this is the deepest level of knowledge, or what we can call knowing, where the knower, as it was before, has to be left behind. So try to see here. The state of the knower is imposing a certain limitation to knowledge, isn't it? Do you see? Like the more restricted or kind of fix the state of the knower, the less the knowledge. The more open the state of the knower, the more knowledge, deeper knowledge possible. When the knower is fully open, that I am ready to not be there also, but I want to know the truth, then this deepest knowledge or knowing, true knowing happens. No? You see, in this deepest true knowing, you are there as the being. You are not there as the person. No? You see, and the knowing is happening to who you are truly. So this true knowing is a very strange thing, really, in many, many ways. You see, it is never going to serve the person. For the person, at the max is joy, true joy, no? Which can make the life of a person much freer, much free from dependency on experiences, no? Like that. So I just wanted to add this a little bit here. Thank you.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste, dear.
Very grateful to be in your presence. Thank you for all the wonderful clarity. Somewhere the question is about clarity. It's I don't know what the question is, but it's more just wanting to come in front of you and wanting some help from you. So feel free to answer in whichever way you want. It's like the Tandra, it's there so frequently, so much, even now at times. And there is so much more potential to live the joy, and I want to align and be clear so as to be able to live the joy. You said twice today that there is only one truth, and that really stuck with me. And at times when I'm caught up with something as the person, and there is an awareness that there is kind of caught up as the person, and sometimes the body energies and the mental process and the emotional flows don't allow me to live truth, then I'm looking for some anchor, or like what can connect me with the flow of truth at that time. Is it heart breathing? Is it recently I have been trying to accept and allow whatever is happening rather than having a preference about it should be like this and that. But today I heard you saying something else, not just, I think in a way the person is accepting, but what you said is at that time be aware, do I want to go with this way? Let's say I'm feeling angry or fear or some uneasiness, and there is some story that it's coming because of this and it is feeling like this in the body. So yeah, how can I realize this one truth, and how can I align with the flow of it?
First of all, for that, you can start with some fundamental understandings. No, like really, not like I know this already. Not like this. Mostly we in the spirituality, if we have been for a few years, we start believing that I know things, but actually it's not true. If it is really knowledge, it will help you. No? So is it helping you? I'm saying know these things in such a way that it helps. No? One of the fundamental is that be aware that I am caught up in a circle. Now, regardless of what I experience, what I feel at times, different times, I'm not in my control. I have to come back to my control first of all. That should be the first thing, like a first priority. No? And for that, a discipline is required, not how I feel in the moment. No? Like a discipline which you force on yourself very strictly, not like whatever happens, happens. No, no, whatever happens, happens is the part of the circle in which we are caught up. No, because that circle, if was just hot plate and horrible, we will be out of it anyway. So there is a joy in that also. There is some kind of happiness also in it. No, but you are a bird in a cage, and you are becoming aware of more and more your imprisonment. No? And that's what is unhappiness. No? That you can feel the open sky, the flight and the joy of flying in that open sky. No? So be very clear about it and adopt, don't maybe enforce, but adopt discipline. It is absolutely essential for seekers. We keep talking maybe spirituality, but it's not going to bring change unless we adopt discipline. And once you adopt a discipline, you can set certain practices that this is going to be my day, this is going to be my daily practices, regardless of what happens to me in the feeling, that I'm feeling very drowned in the ego or I'm feeling very free from the ego. Doesn't matter, This routine should not be broken by anything in you now. Then only you will come to that place which is beyond it, or that strength which is not broken by it, by this circle, which has both happiness and unhappiness. Once you come to this, second step will be to have some ready-made checkpoints or responses for if this happens, what to do, if that happened, what to do, like this. That is the second step. That when you feel, like you mentioned few things during this time, so whenever you feel that when I'm feeling like this, what is my best option? You should have that best option, like exit door from it. Okay, this is the best exit door, and I should do like this. Like in many and most of the spiritual, egoic problems, if you want to come to the truth of yourself, if you want to be more stable in yourself, out of the ego, basic 2-3 things I noticed, they help a lot. One is, you just stop. Like life has stopped, being has stopped, everything has stopped, like this stopped. Just for a few seconds. And you have actually broken the very power of that circle, which was so difficult for you to get out of it. Now it will be easier for you. So stop, learn to stop, and just make a practice of stopping also. Not that only when I'm caught up, but when you are caught up, you can use it. Another is focusing on the breath. You can use this practice of focusing on the breath or living the breath. Like I have few practices connected to breathing. You can adopt, practice any of them, and that will bring you to a sort of a reflex in a way, that whenever you are in the crisis, focus on the breath. Like if you want more aliveness, then focus more on the incoming breath. If you want more life in you, if you want to increase more life in you, focus on the incoming breath. If you want to remove the dead air from you, dead life from you, let's say, dead cells from you, focus on the breathing out more. This is one thing. And it may look very small, but it is so powerful. Because we think that this circle of ego and mind is so strong. Nothing, it's just nothing really. It is strong because you believe it is strong. Just have some trust in this practice and see what happens. Heart breathing is one of the most powerful techniques I have shared. Simple practice, immediately works, and every time it works. Whenever you feel I'm caught up in this and that, don't rationalize what it is. Know that it is something not okay. I don't want to attend it. I want to come to the joy of my being, which is through heart breathing I can come to. And then afterward, you can come to the clarity of your mind also. In the mind, if you are caught up, you can simply always keep handy in the beginning already. In the beginning means like as soon as you have time for it, write down that this is my last conclusion towards my spiritual work or my life as such. That this is what I'm doing. Now this what I'm doing and this what I'm thinking right now, do they match? Do they serve? Is this present thinking serving this what I'm doing in my life? If yes, I'm all well, then you will not be confused and unhappy anyway. No? But if you are unhappy, it means it's not matching. No? So there is a mismatch here. And immediately you will become aware that no, this is worthless thinking. I don't want to think about it. Like hold this kind of fundamentals which will help you. Yeah, I hope that all of this will help you. One thing that is very important, I want to really say to every one of you, and I hope all of you will not take it personally, is that if you have chance to attend the satsang, don't miss it, please. Because missing the satsang is something very, like attending the satsang is something very powerful, like it's something which gives us a lot of strength to the soul against that ego from which we are trying to be free also. You know? So all these things when come together, they will start working very well. You know? We are not caught up in something called ego which somebody else has created. No, we are caught up in the imprisonment which we ourselves have created. Either this can be burnt down, if you want it to be so, or you have to see and open the door from inside, no? So that you can come out of it. You see, whichever version you want, you can choose. Or combination of both. The certain part I can just burn down. I don't want to think about where is the key of this chain, a small chain and like this, you know. So I think it's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee. Yes, very nice practical reminders. Yeah, something to carry. Rajee, I'm starting a yoga program of about 3 weeks and felt it was the right time for it because there is a lot of struggle with energies, too much inertia, and sometimes body is kind of anchoring me into the tandra. And I've been asking myself, like, what is the intention? How can I be best prepared so I show up and receive the most of it, irrespective of what is taught over there? So, any words you would like to share about that? What, in terms of awakening, what can I be more aware of during the yoga?
You can be aware of knots. There are energy knots in the body mind, and one energy knot may feel like little bit of a blockage. Many energy knots combined together will feel like a thought, a idea, a understanding, a state, or a imprisonment as such also. When they melt away, all those things which we were caught up in, they just disappear. So care about knots. Care about what is not flowing, like what is not letting energy flow in you. And stretch your energies in such a way during this program that those knots melt away. And you will need to cooperate with it a lot. Because if you don't put all of your effort, those knots are, they tend to survive within themselves, by themselves, without your support. So don't that if you don't do anything, they will disappear. No, you will have to do everything for them to melt. Like create such a heat of your strength, of your doing, that they melt. Because they are like frozen energies. No? So yoga or any exercise for that matter, which stretches our energies, works like this. Then you will find yourself so much more lighter, like you try to experience something and you are able to very nicely. Then that kind of, that kind of fear of running away from this and that, or that kind of restlessness of I want to, like that build up, that build up of experiencing something is not there anymore. It's very relaxed. You feel yourself very rich in one sense, Like, yeah, I can experience when I want to, but you are not in a hurry anymore. Like, there's no restlessness or that kind of, sense of poverty or that beggarness there anymore in you. And that rich state of the being is very appropriate, where you will naturally start feeling yourself, and you will become interested in yourself also, like this. Otherwise, we are just struggling with the energies continuously. Because I don't see you as a not sincere being. You are a very sincere being, sincerely doing everything, but struggling. So if you do this right thing, like a new flow of life from inside you will come out and will wash away more and more, more and more. But you will have to cooperate. So if you can have this kind of attitude, everything that you will do will kind of increase in its effectiveness. Otherwise, we can do the best spiritual, best yoga practices, but half-heartedly, let's say, nothing will happen. You see that? So don't do wholeheartedly. Do more than wholeheartedly. Have this kind of attitude that I will do more than wholeheartedly, because I never know what is wholehearted. No? So let me do always more than, like everything that I can do that time. Like the whole life disappears for me when I'm doing that practice. No? And we have pen and paper, we have alarms and everything, no? In case we want to not miss certain next event of life. We can take care of these things so easily. We do take care of things so easily. When you are watching a movie, don't you do like this? Or can you just do whatever you want that time? You can leave the movie, of course, but So we are managing these things. We are just not so sincere about certain things in life, whether it is yoga or meditation also, for example, satsang also. That something happened, so I could not do. No, that's not going to result in it's not going to give good results. No? Let's have that appropriate wisdom, that when it is important to attend something else, and when mostly it is not important really. So that's all. Thank you. Oh. Uma, you can talk.
Thank you so much. When in a previous conversation you were sharing that what can be helpful in that core when we feel this core fear, and you shared that totality also does this work, and I am very much connected with this. Totality is helpful because I am practicing since some time this, and now it is not practice anymore. For it is like my way of living, samagrata, being total, and it is so. And I am so happily surprised that how it brings me to this joy of being effortlessly, and how it prepared. It prepares me for meditation also. So it is very helpful if you can share more about it.
Yes. Different aspects of ourself in the body mind, when broken to separately, like working, functioning separately, this is that state of disharmony, where they have their own point of view or their own vision or their own desire, and like a pull. And then the soul that we are, who is living in this form, finds it so difficult to do anything. like trying to focus on the task, and children are playing and crying and calling, and all of that keep happening like this. And that is where the soul, if has very, very, very strong desire for knowing the truth, only can succeed, otherwise cannot succeed in knowing the truth. No? And if we don't have that kind of a strong desire in the beginning, then we will have to do something else also, to combine together this whole thing of body mind into one unified, harmonious wholeness. No? And Samagrata, totality, does that work, where you are the decision maker, obviously, and you decide that I will do this work now. No? And then there are different kind of thoughts and different kind of feelings and different kind of impulses and different kind of inspirations also there. And you are saying to all of them, join me here. Simply. I am not going there, you have to come here. If you want to do something, do with me or keep quiet. Like this. This is what is Samagrata. And this is just a command that you are giving to all the kosh, all the energies, because you are the soul and you can give command. And they will receive the command immediately. You just have to give command from the right place of your being. Right place means not like, I don't know what to do. No, I have decided that I am going to focus. And of course, you will find yourself going there in that feeling also sometime, that thought sometime, that inspiration sometime. And then you will realize, oh, I decided to work here. No? So it is you, not the feeling. No? If you don't go there, that feeling has no power. Only if you go there, you are declaring that you don't have enough value for this, what you have decided to do. Then you are basically learning what is totality right now. No? You will learn slowly. No? It is all right. No? But when you have learned slowly, like you have learned up to some degree, no? This is where the whole thing comes together more and more. And when this body mind is in parts, it is our weakness. Multifold weakness, and when it comes together, it is our strength at the same time. Same thing is our strength, which is our weakness also. You see, this same thing which is against meditation, against sitting, against living the truth, against seeing clearly, against being clear about any decision or anything, the same thing is supporting now. Now it is going to pull new information, new insights, new alarms, new warnings that hey, but now everything comes to your table and you are free whether you look at it or not. It is not pulling you there. You see what I mean? So not being pulled anywhere, just remaining where you are and doing what you are doing is what is Samagrata in one sense. No? And in that state of being pulled, we adopt in a way a very strange kind of sense of self which is dependent on many different states of life. Of being inside. In this kind of feeling, we are a different kind of self. In this kind of feeling, we are a different kind of self. In this kind of thought, we are a different kind of self. In this kind of thought processes, we are a different kind of self. And then we get confused in a way. Which self I am? So, this is what is ego state, not being certain about which self I am. Out of these many, which one I am? No? And Samagrata brings us back to our natural sense of being, where we don't need to know which self I am. I am this one who is doing this work, no? The simplicity of being and simplicity of doing, simplicity of being present also, no? Do you see? And now all these energies which were apparently working against us, they start following us. Because the master or the owner of the house is waking up and has started commanding things, no? Like this. Because nothing inside us can actually pull us, but we get pulled. Remember this. Nothing inside us happening can actually pull us, but we do get pulled because we have not learned to be where we are. No, we have not learned to be total or present or samagra like this. So we can learn this. No? In the same thing, now let us bring this core fear, which is what you said in the beginning. Core fear. Core fear of the soul is just to let go or relax into itself. No? There is no other core fear, no? Which is a fundamental, which is part of the fundamental structure of life. It is not something alien or something like egoic. It's not egoic at all. Core fear is not at all egoic, no. So when you are total, you are going to live the core fear, right? And if you live the core fear, you will have to live both. That which is afraid of relaxing and in that which you are afraid of relaxing into also, no? And this is more than enough to resolve this whole thing into one thing, no? Slowly, this whole thing will become one thing. Like you will discover there is nobody who has to merge. There is only this, only one, no? And then the fear will just not be there. No? But it has to be, it is actual. It's something, experientially it is something very strong. It's not so small, really, as we are talking. No? Like you really feel like, oh, like really like, oh, very strongly you may feel. Not in a bad sense, very joyful, like a bliss. Very deep bliss is felt when you touch the ground of your being. You feel, my God, why I did not do this before? You know, you will always feel like this. Why I did not do this before? Why I had this fear? No? And I want to say that there are two reasons why we did not do this before. One reason could be valid reason, existential reason, that the life in the form of you, the self in the form of you, wanted to live life in a way, outwardly, no, wanted to complete certain things, flow in a certain way, and which will produce only happiness or joy, not suffering. Another reason is suffering. Suffering is imprisonment, not a experience really. It's like, I am not feeling good today, so I will not do anything. And if you don't do anything, you will start feeling bad in your body and stomach also now. You see, now you are feeling bad at two levels. Then you will start feeling bad at the mind level also. You know, when you, the soul and the body is also not feeling well. So now three level you are not feeling well. What to do? You start moving a little bit. You start taking a walk a little bit, you know, doing something, and then you feel hungry, then you feel thirsty, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, let it flow. No? You see how this starts and how this can end so easily. Otherwise, just frozen like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go. Thank you. I think it's very, very good.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
Actually, if you feel that I can win over this one, who I am afraid of, and I can make it of my size, and I can digest it or keep it in myself, you are not going to succeed first of all, or you will live in an imagination of the ego. We cannot own the awakening. We can surrender to it only. No? This, which is the being inside us, we just can surrender to it. We cannot own it ever. How and when we surrender? When we see it as the highest attainment of life than anything else that we can attain in life, no? Which is also a part of the existential process, no? That as long as you feel like enjoying life in an individual manner, it's all right. And then you feel, no, this is something higher than that. You enjoy it, you taste it, and you feel, no, I don't want to go anywhere now. I want to enjoy this more. I'll let it continue at the individual level, but I enjoy it more. Is there a struggle? No. You see? But this is the owner of life in every one of us. You see? Let it win. Let us pray that we let it win in every one of us. That not that we win over it, no? Because that will be such a dark time if we win over it. That's what is darkness in which we live when we try to win over it. Let it win. Let us live in the light of this one, which is inside our self, no? And then see how much is truth in me, how much is false in me, what is true knowing in me, what is false knowing in me, no? False knowledge and true knowledge, like this. Because this is the source of truth, source of light of truth, source of joy, source of happiness, source of bliss, source of life also, in every one of us. Body-mind does not have its own source of life. This is the source, no? Whenever you feel confused about I can do anything, check who are you and what is your source of light and source of life. It's very simply you can check and you will be disillusioned in a way, or that arrogance will be gone, will go away. You see? You will feel, no, I'm not independent really. And even feeling that connection that I'm not independent, it's such a joyful thing. No? You see? Such a blessedness. No? Thank you. So if it is our time to enjoy the life as individual, true clarity and joy will help. Because joy will not let us become the slave of experiencing. True clarity will not allow us to get caught up in something called confusion or dividedness of the thinker. No? But if it is our time to come home, meditation, satsang, true knowing will be our way. No? True knowing simply means knowing what is, even if it is a sense of division between the two inside us. Let us live the whole of it. No? You see, not going anywhere, not doing anything, just being here and knowing. No? Or living, same thing. No, knowing, true knowing and true living is same thing actually here. No, you see. But not living in the thinking, flowing, and not living in that which is flowing inside us, but remaining where it is not flowing, this which is not moving. No? I think it's good. Thank you. Mila, you can talk quickly.
Thank you so much, Rajee. Very beautiful satsang, and you just touched my favorite topic of true joy and true clarity, which I like so much, and that's why I like to join this retreats, because they help me to discover this. And I'm waiting for the next retreat to discover true knowing also.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. My question is a little bit different. I want to clarify my understanding of of trust. Yeah. I wanted to check to you that we are discovering here such a tricky things like truth. It's not something which we can touch, we can see, we can really experience. Like, it's very tricky, and it's always about, especially for me, like I always asking myself, is it really true understanding of truth in me? Or this is real, what I'm experiencing? I always asking myself, like, how I can be sure that this is the truth. And what I notice is that the easiest way is to trust to the teacher, to you, because I can see the truth in you, and when you speak, I experience also truth from your words, from your expression. And obviously I trust you because I know you are the true teacher. And I found that this is the easiest way to be sure that what I'm experiencing is true, is to trust you. And I couldn't find anything else to prove my understanding. What I mean is that only with you, only because I trust you, I can prove that yes, this is a truth. So I wanted to check that my understanding is correct, because I don't know any other way.
It's a very tricky topic actually in one sense, and I would like to kind of look deeply in it, no? Because it can be useful. Like, I would like to ask you first of all few questions. Like, why do you trust me first of all? And what do you mean by trust exactly? What exactly happens internally when you say, I trust you? Can you explain a little bit?
Yes. When I experience something or when I understand something, when I'm alone myself, I don't trust myself because I can't prove it. I don't understand if my feeling or experiences are truth or no. But when I'm with you,
No, but
and
you don't trust yourself, meaning, but you are clear about it, no? Like you have
yes,
clarity that I cannot trust myself, right?
yes,
Because if you were not clear that I cannot trust myself for it and I can trust Raji, you will not be able to trust Raji also, no? You see?
yeah,
So the more you are clear, this is what is true clarity. When the more you are clear, like when you are crystal clear that I cannot trust myself for it because it's like a process in which I am right now, no? But I can trust this one. This is the funny thing about the clarity, that clarity not only opens our eyes towards what we can trust inside us or not, it also enables us to see something outside in the form of teacher, for example, insights or that happen sometime inside us, sharings which are taking place in satsang also, that whether we can trust it or not. But remember, it is you who is deciding. This is what I wanted to highlight. Trust is not something like a blind thing. Oh my God, I have to trust my guru. No, nobody can trust the guru like this. And even if they can, it is worthless really. Not for a alive guru like this, no. You see, a true teacher like this. Because here you need to be very present to benefit from this trust, no. You cannot be blindly trusting in the sense of sleeping and believing that I am trusting. You need to be present. And if you are present, you will question why I am trusting this guy. You see, it cannot be trust in unawareness. It will be a trust in awareness. No, you see, you will be aware why you are trusting, right? And the more you are clear, more you are aware why you are trusting. This is what I am calling more you are clear, clarity. This is what is clarity. No, you see. So did I explain what you were asking for?
yes. And I feel the retreat helped me to get this clarity. And also joy of clarity.
Uh, One point I want to add here is that why clarity is so important. Clarity is the wisdom of the soul at the level of knowledge, where knowledge happens, so that the soul can know what knowledge gives me and what knowledge does not give me. And then when the knowing takes place inside your heart or the joy comes to you, you know now that this mind cannot give me, this knowledge cannot give me. Then you trust it. You will trust it means you will give value to it. No? Because I clearly see you are benefiting from these satsangs for quite some time now. And every satsang you are very excited also. And now you are reporting that, but I am not certain about what I'm knowing. But actually you are certain about the value of it or not. Why do you come again and again? No? And why you are more present again and again than before? No? Because you are certain about the value of it or not. So you are actually certain, it's just that you are not clear at the level of mind or at the level where we understand things. And we are mostly dependent on understanding for everything. That unless I understand, it is not truth. You know. And I think it's very good, no? It is not important whether you understand truth or not in satsang. It is important whether you feel it is for you or not, whether you are being benefited or not. No, like there is a statement by Guruji also that when I was with my Guru, I was not so much understanding, but I was changing a lot. Something like this he said. Change. What is change? This change which you love, not the change which you register. Like this. In satsang, I see some people also registering. I don't want to change. No, like this. You won't be able to register, by the way, anyway. You are made of that ice which is melting in satsang. No? The only option is stay away from satsang, no? Which we do, actually, when we have that extreme resistance. We think that I have a problem. No, you are the problem. Sorry, but you as the ego is the problem. And you, when melt, you are the self. No? You are the ego, you are the self. You are both. Yeah? But you cannot live as both at the same time. Awareness, true clarity basically is beginning of melting in a way of that which we are not and revelation of that which we are. No? You see? When we wake up, we don't feel that there was an ego and it is gone now and it may come back. No, it was never there. It was a misunderstanding I had. I had a dream. You know, we feel like this. When we wake up, we feel I had a dream. And which ended now. No? That's why it's literally awakening of the self. No? What we call awakening is an awakening of the self. No? So, Mila, is this clear or no?
Yes, Rajee, it's very clear, and I'm very grateful to you that sometimes you share some things which I can prove here. That when I experience something myself, I as you said, it's not true, but I feel I don't trust you, and then I come here, and then you say, yes, this is true, and then okay, then this is true. And you just shared now that I am the problem. And when I ask myself, like, what is the truth? I always ask this, like, so let's be clear, what is the truth? I always see that the truth is something which I have to be free from. What I mean is that I can't find the explanation of this, but I know that everything that I know, I have to be free from this, and then I would be able to understand what is true. It's kind of to be free from everything. That's kind of answer I do have. So, and you just share now that the only things which you have to be free is from you.
We don't, in one sense, need to be free from everything also, in a way. No, you can say we just need to be free from the false state or false state of ourselves. Like in the present, let us be in the present. So we are in the present, living the breath, living ourselves. No. So in the present, we are living the truth of ourselves. Now, from this present, from this truth of ourselves, the thoughts which are happening inside us, they don't look like knowledge, which we need to be free from. They just look like thoughts, which are there. No, they are not imprisonment anymore. The feelings, the emotions also, which are connected to the past and the sense of person and the story, they all look like something happening in me, not an imprisonment, which I need to be free from. You see? So in the true state, there are not things which we need to be free from. In the false state, even if we become free from them, we still will remain in the false state only. No? There we only have one option, that is true clarity. True clarity is not the same clarity that we have in that same fashion as we have clarity about everything else. It is a fundamental clarity about the clarity of the mind. You see? The other option after that is true joy. That field of knowledge does not have an answer to the true joy. It cannot produce the true joy. You see? It is trying to, it is promising that tomorrow you will be joyful. But my true joy is today, not tomorrow. Right now, not next moment. No. Do the heart breathing. No. And you are here. So please understand this. Remaining in the true state is more important than knowing anything or being free from anything. You see? But what you are saying is, I will say true clarity. That is true clarity, that what works for me. Like you have become clear that any sense of knowledge is my bondage. Not that it is bondage really, but when you feel there, you are there, then it is a bondage. We think that what I know is something which I have. No, what I know is something which defines who we are that time. You see? So, using the mind or what mind contains is not a problem. We remaining in the mind is the problem. No? We coming out of it into the true heart, into the true joy, or into the being is the answer to it. Mind is not a problem in itself. It is what it is. It is neither good nor bad. It is not an imprisonment. It doesn't have doors. It doesn't have fence and anything. No? Like when you feel that I cannot do anything but think if I have to know something, that is imprisonment in the mind. No? Meditation will introduce us to an other possibility that we have, which is not thinking about something when we try to know. No? So I think it's good. No? Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm very grateful to you for this opportunity to be with you and to live with you and to talk to you. Thank you.
Same here. Very, very nice. Same here. Thank you. How? Yeah, you can talk.
Namaste, Rajee. My question is about heart breathing, and that is something which it has become more of not a practice, but quite naturally it has become a part of my day-to-day living and everyday living. So, and the way I gradually began to implement it, I can say, is that I started to, like you say, that breathe in to your heart and stay in your heart. You don't go out, and let the breath go out. So then what I started to notice is that and maybe I want to clarify this, is that my awareness about myself started to flow more through my heart, and I started to feel my presence more in the heart. Like if I want to feel present, it was more being in the space of heart. And I think why my question in regards to this was that I want to clarify whether I am, my understanding is correct or not, is that listening earlier used to happen for me is I would listen like dropping into my being more, and now I can sense the listening to happen more from the heart. And it doesn't feel the same like I used to believe meditation is. I used to believe that dropping in completely, and so I just want to, like you mentioned of heart breathing in terms of joy, but my understanding of this is an experience of this is in this direction, like of more awareness in the heart and more like I can't call it the kind of restfulness that I used to fall into earlier. It's more alertness. So I just wanted to check with you once if my understanding is okay, and is it all fine?
Understanding is good. It's just that little bit something will change here. Let us try to understand awareness. There is the awareness of the self, but there is the awareness of the mind also. So it is the awareness of the mind in which we are caught up actually, not in the awareness of the self. Awareness of the self makes us free to experience, to express in any and every way, without being caught up through it. No? It is the awareness of the mind which is containing the sense of the individual self through which we are caught up. And now that awareness still survives when we have come to the heart. That's why it feels like a not so restful yet. Like a hot is not cool yet. It will become cool. When this charge of the sense of identity will reduce while remaining in the heart, this will turn into very cool and joyful, sense of spaciousness of your being. You will not feel that I have joy. You will feel I am just joyful. Not that there is some joy you have. No, you are just joyful. And you are joyful but aware also. But not aware of something called myself. No, you are just aware of the body mind. You see, this joyful, I am joyful, basically is aware of the body mind. And I am knowing is aware of myself, like this. But it is the true self now. It is the true self now. Through the heart breathing, we come to the true self actually, where we start experiencing the true self. And then we taste the joy. Experiencing when not producing the true joy, it basically means that the charge of the old self is still there, through which we are trying to see, look at it, and finding it to be more calm and aware, not joyful. If you give some more time like this, something will change here. That awareness, which is not really essentially part of the self and which cannot be merged with the self, will leave you, like it will go back in the body mind, and your body mind will function better, and your self will become more peaceful, joyful, calm, like a cool, like this. It is like a breaking, something breaks here, like a identification is broken here, like this. So direction is correct. Everything seems like happening correctly. It's just that little bit more, like time or intensity or something, and that's going to change it. Like meditation will help here, because meditation basically is not like you change the body mind. It is that you don't do anything with it. When you said that meditation used to be like just dropping. This dropping, if not producing self-awareness, is not a good dropping, meaning it has not served its purpose yet. And if you are already starting with self-awareness, then you don't need a dropping. Then this dropping will come in a different way now, in the form of joy. Because that dropping was of the ego. From the ego state, meditating, then dropping. Here you don't drop, you just remain. You are discovering that I am that which does not drop anywhere. You are actually the same self in every kosh, in every body, every chakra, like this. You may not have the taste of yourself same. In the physical form, you will taste yourself differently. In the heart, you will taste yourself as joy. But it is that taste of your being, what you will feel as joy. But right now, the old identification is still there of trying to be aware. Self does not need to be aware of itself actually. And it cannot avoid being aware of itself also. You see? So there is no effort in the self to be aware of itself when it is free from identification. But when it is not free, then it has to make effort also. You see? Which is the effort you are making now. So I hope that it makes it clear.
You said that at the moment it is that I'm making an effort, but I feel the way I saw it is that when I started to come and when I started to follow this heart breathing and it is true that when I used to meditate earlier, I used to drop in, and that was more egoic also, because all that I felt after that was just rest, and then back into the same. So that is something which is true, and as you said it, and but for the heart breathing, the way I felt was, in fact, I felt that this is the first time I started to feel this whole thing of being in the body and feeling the chair, feeling my breath. And I felt in a way that this thing of awareness of with this combination of being more alert also, that happened. And I'm actually liking it. So I don't know whether I'm making an effort. Like, I'm liking the fact that I'm able to just come into my presence immediately, rather than wandering away in under the banner of rest. Or
Yes, yes.
so.
This is good actually. This is better. Rest was not a bad thing, because rest is a very essential thing for the ego state. Ego state, remember, it is the self only, but not living in its true state. So it obviously starts feeling tired and restless at some point as it becomes more aware, as every one of us. Then it needs a break. That break is given or taken by us in this rest through meditation. But this is a deeper rest now. Higher rest in a way, which is going to nourish you much more, where you will feel much more alive and generally healthy, generally energetic, and present also. This is a different kind of rest. It is a rest of being present, not rest of being absent. You see. So when that kind of, as if you learned something there through that resting and falling into yourself. Now you are ready for learning this, and you are learning now. Immediately you see, oh yeah, it's something different. You see? So I think it's good, no?
This happened with a realization that the rest that I was doing, that thing that I understood as meditation, was more effortful, and I decided to give up and all kinds of effort, and just decided to be content with where I was, and that helped me drop into my heart. So really that's where, with the assistance of heart breathing, and there came a contentment where there was no effort needed to stay in the heart, and everything started to pour through the heart, sitting. And there was more peace flowing through the heart, and more contentment. So that was the direction. And if that is the right direction, to realize this, that no matter all the running that I've been doing so far has always been in the mind, and just dropping everything and just coming to the heart was my lead that I followed to come here.
Let me just once again explain, and it will make it more clear that what exactly heart breathing is. Not really that what we think is the mind and the heart is not the heart right now. But if we do the heart breathing, we come to the actual heart. No? That actual heart basically is a disengaged state of the self that you are, where we try to come through meditation also. But we don't succeed because we don't know the difference. We just feel that when I'm not doing anything, that time I'm actually truly not doing anything. But that time also we are continuously doing something or the other. And this is highlighted in this heart breathing. That actually I'm coming to a very different space of being, where I'm much more in a way not doing anything. with anything that is going on in the mind, body, anything, no, particularly mind. And this is going to be like a circles, remember, in the sense of iterations. So remain alert about it. Don't try not to get settled here, because we have a very strong tendency to be settled very quickly. That okay, now I am done. This is my home, and this is my heart, and this is my truth. No, still there is mind mixed with you. Mind is not there. Mind is here. From where you are looking, there is the mind. In the form of sanskar, what we call imprints, in the soul. So what is being seen by us is only what is being projected onto the reality. Not really it is there. If you can see the reality as it is, which is for which we need to withdraw ourselves from any state of mixing with the imprints, then you will be so happy actually. It's a complete moment. It's a complete day. There is nothing missing here. There is nothing lacking. Nothing need to be added or removed. It's a complete thing. You will be surprised like this. There is nowhere to go actually. And for that, heart breathing is. Heart breathing basically is a process of trying to withdraw ourselves from anything which is mixed with us. Come out of mind means come out of mixing with the mind, involvement with the mind, participation with the mind. And if you allow yourself, you will find that subtle form of mind is still mixed with us, or we are mixed with it. So heart breathing will continue working here. You see, this is the point. What is true joy is nothing but the rest of the self. No, what is true joy? It's just rest of the self. No, when the self is resting, this is what is joy. No? True joy. True joy means without any cause, without any relation with any experience. No? When the self is resting. It's nice. Like you don't need anything really from outside to be complete. This is what we actually discover in meditation. But because meditation has become like a practice for us for a long time, we maybe did not get the gist of it, like essence of it. And I'm just trying to point out that what is the essence of meditation. It's not that meditation is where you are trying not to do anything. That can be a practice. But true state of meditation is where you can do, but you choose not to do anything right now. Because you find it so joyful to not do anything. No? This same existence is made of joy, and we are suffering from it. You see? And this is discovered in this heart, in this not doing anything, just resting in the self. No? But when we see through the mind, again, the drama begins. No? The divine play begins again. I, you, all of this begins again. Problem. No, there is no problem. Once you start living the joy of your being, once you start resting as the self, you know there is no problem actually, which need to be solved or can be solved. It is one ocean flowing, different waves coming and going. No? Ultimately, it is always going to be the ocean. What comes and goes and what appears to be changing and is not real. It is just we are seeing from a distance. When we see closely or deeply, we find that it is only and always the ocean, the oceanic consciousness, one consciousness. No? Like this. So thank you. I think it's good. Good. Thank you.
Rajee, you mentioned about imprints.
What did I say?
Imprints. Imprints.
Imprints, yes. Sanskar.
Imprints in the mind, sanskar. And I want to ask about this because how long do they last?
How
Because
long?
because it's like, because I keep
How long does it last? Oh.
I'll tell you why. Because what you call restlessness, or it is so obvious when I, out of the non-doing state, when I come into doing, most of what I do is having no, I mean, it has no thing of value in it. It has no nourishment in it. So just out of this thing that you call imprints, things happen, and I notice it, and I'm like I just keep hoping that something new besides this imprints plays, and it. That's why I asked how long do the imprints play.
The imprints continue as long as they are seen by us in front of us, not in us. As long as we see like this, they continue. As soon as we start seeing that the basic fundamental imprints are inside us, not in front of us, then we become free from both actually. We don't need to remove the imprints as much as we need to be aware of them as they are. Being aware of the imprints as they are is also being aware of who we are without them, or the pure being that we are. So being aware of the pure being that we are is the answer to it actually. Because without the imprints there is no individual. Imprints is the individual. No? Otherwise there is pure self, pure soul, one soul. No? Individual plus the imprints. The pure soul and the imprints is the individual soul. No? So it is the essential part of the individual, the structure of the individual. It is not something bad. But the one who is living when not aware of itself may believe them to be true in certain way, and then that may cause unhappiness. Truth does not cause unhappiness. Only not living the truth or believing truth to be other than how it is causes unhappiness. No? You see? Meaning right now also. Right now, complete truth is present in every one of us. Doesn't matter how many imprints are there or not. Like why in the first place you want to be free from imprints? Check right now. The self does not want to be free from imprints or does not need to be free from imprints. And are you separate from the self? And who are you who is separate from the self? You will be surprised actually. You know, it is just one self, one soul playing. No? And not feeling happy about it is part of the joy. Fundamentally, there is no suffering in the soul, ever. Not feeling happy about certain things is just preparation for enjoying the joy more deeply, no? In a way. That's why asking the question, who I am, who is suffering, is a very important thing. Because that removes that illusion or illusory self in a way, in which there is no power to change anything, but still there is a voice to just speak it out that I am suffering. If you are suffering, you can do something, no? And when you try to do, you don't find yourself. You see? So do the self-inquiry. You who is suffering, do the self-inquiry. Check who are you who is suffering. It will not remove the suffering because there is no suffering. It will not remove you, the self, because self cannot be removed. It will just remove the false sense of self in between. You see? Like this. So we think that what I am experiencing is the problem. No. From where we are experiencing is the root. So I hope that it makes sense. Thank you. Yatri, you can talk.
Namaste, Rajee. Can you hear me?
I can.
I don't know whether I will be able to articulate it in a correct fashion because your sharings almost make me feel complete empty, and it indicate again and again to come back to the basics, and yet I would like to rephrase in this moment whatever was my understanding and questions was. So if it is not so correct, just wanted to let you know beforehand. So the thing is that I come back to the basics, and at the start of the meeting you said about the grace, and I experience grace whenever I am aware, like you said, in the form of like a live mountain. Whenever I am aligned, I feel grace in some moments in the day, and then I lose contact with it, and somehow I think that now it is my doing which is somehow lacking, so I must go back to the basics and do on my own. You don't need to take help, you must do, but somehow it is like 50-50, like somehow that appropriateness of effort and appropriateness of praying for the grace is needed, because I feel that there are again and again stopping and blocking because of not being this harmonious or not being appropriate. So this I wanted to share, and maybe about the imprints and chakras.
Let me just share something about it first.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel clearly satsang is a perfect place for two people, two type of souls. One who are now tired completely, and they are still not home. They have not reached home. They are not still feeling that joy which they want to feel. Every soul has the thirst for joy and thirst for truth. So they are still thirsty, not contented, but they don't feel to do anything now. Satsang is a perfect place for them. As soon as they come to satsang, they will start connecting to the truth immediately, which they were searching for. They will start drinking that truth which they were thirsty of. They will start experiencing that joy which they were also seeking, and they will start knowing the truth of who they are immediately just by being in satsang and listening. Very rarely it happens, but there are people like this who are fully tired now. And most of the others are not fully tired, tired but not fully tired, confused but still have some sense to do something. And even for them also, satsang is a perfect combination with the doing, like sadhana and satsang. So what will happen is that you do your sadhana and attend satsang also, and it will be like a circle of correction. But you are talking about the appropriateness will start coming in your doing, in your seeing, in your understanding, in your being also. In like how much to make effort and how much not. This will again, because what you need is a circle with the truth. You need a circle with the truth, with doing or without doing. Like doing or not doing. That is a state, but mainly it is about the circle with truth. And satsang is that place where we are living truth, and you can create a circle by attending the satsang more continuously, while do what you feel like doing, like for clarity do something, for stability do something, for life do something, practical life do something. But don't break the circle. Otherwise what happens is that again we are not appropriate. This is what happens to us. What is how we are wasting this most powerful opportunity of human life is that we are not appropriate, like we are not doing in the way that it can produce what we need, what we want to, where we want to reach. And that is more like working like a trial and error continuously, not reaching, touching the right point where things get ignited. And this ignition can happen if you create a circle with truth, which is what I am saying, satsang. So come to satsang, listen in satsang, go back, do your sadhana, and then again come back, and like this. And in satsang also, if you feel that something they are not clear to you, and it can be made clear here, some question can be asked, something can be discussed. I feel this is the only place, only way, model I found. I mean, I'm talking based on my own journey also, my own effort also, that this is the only guarantee I found, that where we can be sure that yes, I'm not missing the time, wasting the time. Otherwise, that in that model, when we alone do, we just have lot of sense of growth, that I'm growing, but when we open our door and come out under the sky, like in the satsang, we find, oh, nothing happened. So this I feel is the best option. Now you can talk about the second point.
Yeah, Rajee. As sometimes even Nishant says, like it is the virtuous circle of being in a satsang and sadhana. And about the even though you say that chakras are not relevant, but somewhere when we live our life, then we are bound to experience something, and that thing belongs to certain point in our body, and that's why I don't know the exact inspiration for you to guide us, that come back to the heart and somehow be in the center of your being. And
actually, heart is a very good place. It is in between the two fundamental points. One is the mind and one is the self. No, this is something in between the two, where we have access to both body, mind, and the self, and we can very freely, in a way, independently, we can make a choice here, that how much to remain involved with the mind and body, but from a very stable ground and from a very joyful state of being, and how much to kind of explore and live and get absorbed in the self that we are also. So that's why the place of heart is always, in every discipline, it is mentioned in one way or the other. No? Because this is called the center. Heart simply means center in a way. Center means the right place from where we have access to both. No? One is the word of individuality, you can say. One is the dimension of the self, of the soul, like this.
yeah, this is like the center, and if I there are certain moments in life that if I step out of this place, then suddenly I feel either there is a wall and I get hit, or there is some swamp and I get swallowed, and sometimes there is a road and then I walk a little bit and then I feel again I have lost. So such kind of not being here experiences sort of happen, and then I again come back. But in this regards, as you were discussing, like the imprints which are specific to that individual, somehow I feel that is too much, and the light of this meeting, light of your words, maybe कुछ चिंगारी डाल देंगे तो at least something of
those
that
things,
sort get burnt or something like that.
Oh yeah. Many things like this in satsang also happen, but try to keep things simple here. There is a version of life that we live through the mind, and there is the reality of that same life which we live through a version. Awakening basically, or coming to the heart basically, is coming to that place of being from where we actually start living the reality of life. Reality of life, if includes bodies and chakras and kosh, let it be so. You will have strength and wisdom to utilize it well, no? And if it is not found there, it is also okay, no? Let it be so. So the point is not whether there are chakras and bodies or not, but point is that let us live the truth. No? How to live the truth? Where is the truth? Where is your breath is right now? There is the truth. Where your body is, there is the truth. Where you are, there is the truth. Not where your thoughts are, where your feelings are, where, So these swamps and, these all different, traps are created by our misunderstandings. None of them is real. If there is a real trap, a real, ditch or anything there, right there you have a strength also given to you. Life does not want you to fail, because for life you are not there, only life is. Life want you to succeed, but not so easily as you want. It will be through difficulty. Difficulty is the part of the plan, not a problem. For the person who does not exist, difficulty is the problem. You see? And by totality, by sincerity, by dedication to your sadhana, and creating a circle with through satsang also, you can remove this sense of person up to some degree, which tries to run away from difficulty. So thank you. I think it's very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think it's very good time. We are going to end this soon. So Bhav, I think you were there. You were trying to say something. So you can say that in the end, and then we will end this after that.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I just wanted to quickly say thank you for something I wanted to share, which was bringing a big smile on my face. When during the satsangs and the retreats, when a joy of clarity happens, when a certain clarity happens, and especially when we are alone and not during the satsang or the retreat time, a certain clarity happens and joy happens, then your voice, comes and like you say, I told you so. So just wanted to bring this, that, when this thing shows, any kind of clarity shows up, and then you say, I told you so. So thank you for that.
It is nice as a joke, no? But I don't think it is true, no? Because who told you a few years back or few months or weeks back or days back is not there anymore, no? It is a fresh appearance of the Absolute all the time, no? In the form of me and you both, actually. This is the funny thing. You just have to notice it. So our attachment to the mind is giving us the sense of continuity of that sense of self, which is not true. Life is continuous, but that same self is not continuous, no? Self is constant, life is continuous. That's all, no? You see, self is constant experiencer and witness of the life, which is continuous, no? And there is no continuous individual sense of self anywhere. But the one who is living through every form is the constant self, same self, no? Like it is the same one; it does not change. Even if we call it an individual soul, but it doesn't change, no? Individual soul and individual self are not the same thing. Okay. Individual soul is where the one soul is looking out through the individual. No? Not feeling that I am a self dependent on this individual. No? You see? No, I am the self, and individualness is here also. So just felt like sharing with you that it is also to be remembered. Thank you.
Thank you. I think this is what I wanted to express, and you cleared it even better for me. Thank you.
This is the beautiful thing, that the self is not on one side only. Whether asleep or awake, it is on both the sides, no? That's why if satsang is not really discussing the spiritual problems, because there are no actual spiritual problems in the fundamental sense. It is living the truth of who we are, no? Or living the truth, no? Living the truth of the self, which is on both the sides, no? The more immediately we live, the more I will call it as satsang, no? The more we delay it by, discussing things that, okay, I have still this problem, this confusion, this thing had to become clear, no? You see? The less it is a satsang for me, in a way, in the immediate sense. No? Even if you don't know anything, you just look at me and smile, no? And I look at you and smile. While you are aware of yourself being on this chair and in this body, you see. It was an amazing satsang. We just are having the most perfect satsang, no? Most powerful satsang right now. No? You see, Swabhav? The knowledge of the mind want to cover up your self-knowledge, self-knowing, The true joy and true knowing want to reveal it again and again and more. Satsang want to reveal it again and again, highlight it again and again, that you are already there, sitting in this body. No? So satsang is much more a reminder for the self towards itself than a discussion about solving things. No? But that also is included. When the self in you says, then no, I have to solve these things first, then only I am ready to, live the truth of myself. So thank you, beloved. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
So very nice. It was very, very nice meeting with all of you, beloveds. Thank you. Thank you for joining today, and God may always bless you. Thank you.